Hey everyone, I'm Chris, and this is Cue the Credits. Welcome back to Cue the Credits, the home of physical media and me spending way too much money on it. In today's video, we are talking everything that I picked up in the month of August. And quite honestly, I can't believe we're already at the end of August. It feels like not a couple of weeks ago that I was making my what I picked up in July video, which means we are going far too fast. But let's get into the pickups. So first off the pile, we have got Thunderbolts. So this is the limited edition 4K Steelbook. You can check out my review for it just up there. Did a full unboxing on it. It's a really nice Steelbook. I was really pleased with it, not to give you too many spoilers for the video, but it is a gorgeous release. It was a pretty reasonably fun film. The transfer and sound is right there. It's not going to reference anything, but it was a good time. So that was my first release. I got this from HMV and this was $34.99. Not really sure if anyone would be interested in that, but somewhere on the screen, I'm going to put a running total of everything I've spent. Next up is a pickup from Vinted. So as you saw in my July video, actually we're going to call back to that video a couple of times. So if you want to check it out, it's right here. Picked up loads of stuff, massive collection update. But in that video, I was picking up a lot of stuff from Vinted, and it's reasonably similar this month as well. But in that video, I also picked up the 4K 8-film collection of Harry Potter. And I noted that I wanted to pick up the Blu-ray collection because in the set that I got, it was only 4K. So I did. And I picked up the 8-film collection, which is a 16-disc set, which is the one I wanted because you can get a just standard 8-disc set, which only comes with the films, none of the special features. So I got this from Vinted. This was only £4. So really, really cheap pickup. It's around about, I think, £12 or £13 in CEX at the time of filming. So this was an absolute win-win. It has a little bit of damage around, but obviously with this, I wasn't needing it for the case. But they do come with really nice little digi cases, but there's nothing in there. And the reason for that is I was filling out the 4K collection as noted. So let me just pop this back on. There we go. And I'll just grab the Philosopher's Stone out of that 4K collection. And as you can see now, I've got the 4K movie and then the 2 Blu-ray discs, which realistically just wanted to get those special features. So got everything in one package for all 8 of the Harry Potter films. So really pleased with that. And all in with the 4K collection and then that, I think it was sitting around just over £40. But that was bought in July. So only £4 goes onto the original counter or the spend counter. Next up, we've got 2 more pickups from Vinted, and looking at the pile, actually, we've got quite a few more from Vinted coming up. So these 2 I picked up from a seller. This is Alita Battle Angel and Gremlins, both in 4K and both coming with really lovely slip covers. So this Gremlins one, really, really nice on that side of things, and then the Alita one as well. It got a little bit battered in transit, but all in all, I paid £12 for both of these, which was a really stonking deal. Honestly, I wanted to hold out for a Gremlins 2 4K, but there is nothing around for if that's going to happen. So seeing this, I was like, yep, you know what? Getting it for like £6, it's worth it. Christmas is coming up. Need to watch Gremlins in the best quality possible. And then Alita, I am an absolutely massive Robert Rodriguez fan, as we've got Grindhouse there, we've got From Dusk Till Dawn, we've got the Mexico trilogy from Arrow, and this is one of his films that I just haven't ever had in the collection or actually seen. Now, I've been told that this is an absolute reference disc and it looks incredible on 4K. So when I saw it popped up with the slip, I was like, well, I've got to get it. Once again, you can't say no for £6 for either of these really. And they're cheaper than what you'd get in CEX. This is a really stacked release as well. It's got 4K, it's got a 3D Blu-ray, and then it's got a standard Blu-ray with a load of features in. So I'm really excited to check this out. Haven't managed to yet. And next up, we've got 3 more pickups from Vinted of 4 movies. So that is, and I'm going to probably show you them in quality order more than anything. We've got Turning Red from Pixar. We have got The Jungle Cruise from Disney, and then we have got the 50 Shades of Grey and 50 Shades Darker 2 movie collection, and these are the unseen and unmasked editions. Not really sure how that works out, but there is a semi-reason for this pickup of these 3. So let's just put Turning Red at the front, because that is my main pickup. So all 3 sealed releases, 2 Disney ones with the slip covers. They're in really good condition. They look great. So the story behind it. Person had Turning Red listed. I really wanted this, and I was like, right, okay, looks in good condition. It's sealed. I'll pick it up because there's a whole thing around Pixar Steelbooks at the moment, and if you haven't checked out Turning Red, it's a really good time. They also had the Jungle Cruise, and I was like, I haven't got Jungle Cruise in my collection. It's kind of a good time. I want to revisit it. So, you know, why not? And then if you bought 3 things from the seller, it knocked like a 15% discount on. That's a thing that Vinted do, or that sellers can do on Vinted. So the only other thing that I don't want to say wanted, me and the other half joked about a video from Movies with James, which I'll link down below. He actually picked this up similarly, and we both went, oh my God, why would you want to watch it in 4K? But he said actually they looked pretty good. Now, I haven't seen these, so I was like, maybe we'll get those. Total cost for all 3, seller accepted, was £13, which personally, I'd pay for those 2. I'd probably pay it for Turning Red on its own. So getting Turning Red, Jungle Cruise, and 250 Shades movies, I'll say that's a pretty good deal. As you can see, because they're all sealed, haven't had a chance to watch them yet. Waiting for the weather to get a little bit more gloomy, a bit more movie days creeping in, and I'm not sure when these will get watched. But I'm excited to see what is in the unseen edition. Next up are another 2 from Vinted. These are actually from a subscriber, so big shout out to you if you're watching. Thank you for packaging them up so nicely. Really pleased with how they turned up. But the reason for these purchases is from getting Thunderbolts. I was like, you know what, I really need to finish my Marvel Steelbook collection, which I kind of stopped buying after Infinity Saga. Other half got me Guardians Volume 3, and I was like, you know what, I need to finish this collection, right? So popped on, had a look at Vinted, saw this person selling these 2. They were in good condition. They had the J cards. So I picked up the Eternals and I picked up Shang-Chi. So these both cost me £22 each, which is a little bit cheaper than CEX. So rather it go in someone's pocket than CEX's pocket. And personally, this is a matte steelbook for the Eternals. Logo on the back. Nothing really to write home about. Really loving this Shang-Chi one, which is like nice and shiny, and it's got the 10 rings on the back. But what better way if you're going to watch it than in 4K goodness, right? So these are on my list to watch. I am currently doing like a Marvel rewatch, well, not a Marvel rewatch, a Marvel cleanup for the MCU, which you'll see in my August watched video that there's lots of various like Marvel things patted in there. I'll link that just up there if you want to check it out. It'll be released after this video though, so if you're watching it when it's first come out, you're not going to be able to see it, but subscribe to be notified on that. See what I did there? But I'm really pleased with getting these few. It's basically like the later, or rest of the later Marvel films that I need to clean up and get. I've got Thor, Love and Thunder and Black Panther Wakanda Forever because Xavi had a sale which put them down to like £8, like probably last year. So I like grabbed them on that. Did have Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, but that annoyingly got cancelled. So I'm still on the hunt for that. Who knows if I'll be able to find a decent deal. Fingers crossed. On to the next pickup. And this is another Steelbook. And I'm probably going to say about this for most months that I want to try and get out of Steelbook collecting because they are more expensive, but sometimes the Steelbook designs are really nice. As you can see, I've got loads of Steelbooks. I used to be a prominent Steelbook collector, and I need to get these in protectors. But sometimes, unfortunately, you don't have any other choice, and there are better designs sometimes on Steelbooks. But leading me on to the next pickup, this is something that I have wanted in 4K for a long while, just because of how incredible the Blu-ray looks. Apparently this Steelbook is out of this world. I'm really excited to check out. Haven't yet because it is an absolute epic. That is Lawrence of Arabia. And sorry, there's cellophane still on it. There's a lot of glare. But this is like a holy grail, as it were, because Sony do a really limited run on it, and then all of the scalpers buy a load of stuff, and then it goes for like £100 odd, and then rinse and repeat. The following year they do a reprint, and then it sells out, and then the scalpers blah blah blah. But I'm so glad to finally get my hands on it, finally have it in the collection. This is an incredible movie if you haven't seen it, and I'm really looking forward to checking out this transfer. Can't wait to get into it, but it is just shy of 4 hours long, so it needs proper time to like sit down. This is a bumper 4-disc box, so it's great. Got it. Got the bloody Lawrence of Arabia. Really glad that I didn't drop like 100 odd quid on it, because I would be frustrated, to say the least. Unfortunately, I did fall foul to some scalper pricing, and you'll see that in a few titles. Next up, we've got a couple of pickups from eBay. So these are both Vinegar Syndrome releases, and that is Dirty Work in 4K and Let's Scare Jessica to Death in 4K. This is a semi-point of contention with these pickups. So, as I said in my July watched video, check it out there. I really enjoyed watching Dirty Work, and I wanted to pick up this set. Managed to find someone in the UK who was selling it at the start of August, and I was the successfully highest bidder, which was great. And then it got shipped out to me, and I was all excited and couldn't wait to show the other half, because it's like 80 minutes and just a fun comedy. And I picked it up from the pickup point, and I got home and I opened it and I saw this, and as you can see, that is different to that. And I opened the box and I had Let's Scare Jessica to Death, which is not an 80-minute 90s comedy. It is just shy of 80 minutes, but it is a 70s cult horror film. Yeah, let's just say, checked it out, and it's a vibe movie, and it's a lovely transfer. Some of the audio is a bit questionable. I'm guessing during the restoration they just couldn't fix it, but it was an interesting one. After like 3 weeks of all messing around and stuff and getting it, my Dirty Work finally arrived, which was great. So this is an incredible release. It looks wonderful on 4K. It is absolutely stacked with features. I did a What Makes a Boutique Label Great video, which is linked just up there. And I featured Dirty Work and Let's Scare Jessica to Death. So if you want to know a bit more about these releases, check out that video there. These next two releases are store releases, which is really exciting when you find something while hunting in the store, right? So the first one is Mother. This is on Blu-ray. Picked this up from CEX. Haven't seen this yet. Other half has watched it, said it's really good. It's £3 and I had a voucher, so I was like, yeah, you know what, I'll pick it up. The slipcase is really nice, and it just looks like a fun movie. So Javier Bardem, Jennifer Lawrence, what's not to like? Next up was a pickup from HMV. So popped into our local HMV last week, so 23rd of August, and saw they had the Lost in Space 4K from Arrow behind the till, and I was like, oh, I swear that doesn't come out till September. And stupidly of me, I asked the question, and they then researched it and went, oh, it does come out in September, so it's not for sale, and popped it away in a cupboard. Should have just said, hey, can I have one of those? And then you would have got a nice early unboxing video. Alas, I'll have to wait until the first to pick that up. But did manage to pick up one of their purchase with products for $9.99, and that was Dr. Sleep. This is Mike Flanagan's sequel to The Shining, and haven't checked it out. Really excited to. It didn't come with this slipcase. It just came with the general Amaray case, but I bought a bundle of slip covers from Vinted a few months back, and Dr. Sleep was one of the included ones, so it's actually worked out quite nicely because this looks lovely, and I love the yellow and black design on it. It's going to really contrast nicely on the shelf. Little interjection here, I've just realised that I didn't tell you the prices for Lawrence of Arabia and Dirty Work and Let's Scare Jessica to Death, so let's update the total. Lawrence of Arabia was $29.99, and Let's Scare Jessica to Death and Dirty Work were around about £29 each when you take away the bioprotection fee and postage on eBay. Back to the video. On to the final few releases. FOMO hit me really hard in August. Arrow put the pre-orders up for the Dollars trilogy earlier in the year, and I didn't think anything of it. It was like, yeah, you know what, they're cool and they're great, iconic movies, but am I that bothered about it? Probably not. And then they all sold out a few months ago, and I was like, probably should have got those. It'll be fine. And then I saw everyone putting photos up of their releases and the reviews and everything like that, and you know what, I couldn't not do it. So first two from Vinted, I managed to get chatting to the seller, and they had a fistful of dollars and a few dollars more, both the 4K limited editions, and they had these up for around about £110, which is a good like £40 more than retail on these. Got chatting to him, sorted out actually doing a collection, and got them for £80, so £5 more than retail, which honestly I'm happy with. It's better than paying the scalping prices, and these are gorgeous releases. Really pleased with them, and as you can see on the spines, which you've probably seen online, they marry up and do have a little photo, which is lovely. So I got these and I was like, great, cool, got it, ticked off. Only the good, the bad, the ugly left, and I was like, I can wait for that. I'm not too worried. Obviously it's the most famous one. Then I was just checking around and checking prices, and the prices that it's going for, and probably still at the publishing of this video, it's still absolutely ridiculous prices. Some people are trying to sell it for like £150. Bearing in mind this is a $34.99 box set, and people are paying it. I just can't justify it. I can't justify going 3 times, 4 times, 5 times over the retail cost of it. You know, you've got to be really committed to do that on that side of things. But you know, double the retail cost and I can kind of get on board with it. Obviously it's with gritted teeth, but I was watching quite a few on eBay. I saw some go up on Vinted. There was a couple of sales posts on Facebook, and I was seeing the prices go up and up and up. And I won a bid on eBay for one for like £92. And then I stepped back and I went, oh my God, what am I doing? Like, no, I can't justify it. So I was a bad person, and I cancelled the order on that one. I know probably shouldn't have, but I just couldn't justify the cost on it. Waited another couple of days and saw that everything was selling for like £100 plus, and I was like, I need to bite the bullet on this one. So I got it. I didn't pay more than that. Paid £70 for this with postage and everything. I think it came out to like 75 something, postage and buyer protection. But looking at the last few days, everything's going for north of 100 now. There's a couple that are just less, but some of them are in a bit bad condition. So I've managed to get it. I'm not massively happy with the price paid. I know that I'd be kicking myself if I waited and just watched that price creep up and up and up. So it is kind of what it is. With these scalping prices at the moment and with collectors and stuff like that, I think you've got to toe the line really nicely, and I'm not helping the problem by buying into these. But also we are seeing studios reprint stuff, so like steelbooks that go and sell out, like Lawrence of Arabia, for example. They do get reprints. They're not necessarily limited editions, and sometimes they don't market themselves as that. They just say, hey, it's a steelbook. It's a collector's edition steelbook. Arrow's limited editions, they are relatively true to their word and they are limited. So once they're gone, they're gone. So with that being said, it was kind of like, you've just got to grit your teeth if you want them and pay the money. So what can you do? I'm really happy with the releases. I checked out Fistful of Dollars the other night, and you know what? It looks incredible. So I'm sure the rest of them look great. And I've watched a couple of reviews and people are saying these releases are top notch. So hopefully worth the cost. And then on to the final pickup of August, and that is Super Space Theatre Volume 2, Space 1999. That is from Anderson Entertainment. This is their limited collector's edition Blu-ray. This came in at $44.99 from HMV. It's an absolutely wonderful box set, and I've done a full video review on it just here, so you can check that out now. I won't dive too much into it because you can watch the video, but this is a wonderful release. It looks great. It's absolutely jam-packed. Incredible. So that was everything that I picked up in the month of August. The grand total is just there. Thankfully, I've got to edit it in afterwards so you can't see my face when I go, oh, that's a lot of money. But I am really happy with the pickups that I got this month. Looking down at the pile, I'm really excited to check them all out, and I'm excited to share some of them with you, like the Super Space Theatre Volume 2 on that side of things, and then the titles as well in my What Makes a Boutique Blu-ray. And what was your favourite release of these pickups? Have you seen any of them? What do you think of them? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. And also, while you're there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you around on Cue the Credits for more reviews and unboxings, and generally just talking about all of this stuff. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.